Do you agree that revoking student visas without notice can cause fear and confusion among international students? Yes or no?
Congressman, I do not.
Congresswoman, but yes or no?
Congresswoman, I do not decide legal status or visa programs for
I will
students.
take
The
that
Department of
as
State does.
a yes. Do you support restoring full collective bargaining rights for TSA employees? Yes or no?
Ma'am, currently today TSA does not have the
Yes or
ability
no?
to unionize.
Okay, take that as a no. Do you believe that TSA workers should make a livable wage? Yes or no?
Yes, TSA workers are critically important to
Thank
our
you for
security
that. Are you
systems for our
aware
airlines.
that recent student visa revocations occur without due process or proper notification?
Ma'am, I don't make a determination of status.
Yes or
The
no?
Department of State does
I'm guessing
that.
you don't know? Okay. Do you believe that TSA workers have the right to better workplace conditions?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
TSA
great. Thank you for
workers
that.
are incredibly
Do you
important
believe
to
that
our-
students should have an opportunity to appeal before their visas are revoked? Yes or no? Madam Secretary, it's not every day we have a cabinet member before this committee. As you know, the members of this committee have constitutional oversight responsibility for your department, and there are many things regarding this administration's homeland security policies that require our immediate attention. That is the work I am here to do today and every day. Secretary, this committee and the American people deserve answers for the actions of the Department of Homeland Security under this administration and the policies that have been put into place. The department has overseen a regime of cruelty, chaos, and deep disregard for human dignity, all under the pretense of security. The department is being mismanaged, and its policies undermine our nation's values. This does not make us safer, the exact opposite, exactly. Secretary, we need answers about your department's union busting at TSA, deporting U.S. citizens, terminating the legal status of international students for no apparent reason, and disregarding the rule of law. None of these issues at your department exist in a vacuum. In fact, they are all fundamentally connected to the administration's overarching cruelty. We want to hear from you because we are hoping you can make it make sense for us. Because with all due respect, we are all trying to understand why in the world this is taking place. In my district and around this nation, countless international students had their visas revoked without due process, without warning, and without any regard for how this would devastate their lives. These are students who came here to learn, to build their futures, and join our workforce, only to have the rug pulled out from under them by this department's actions. How can we expect international students to trust our institutions and contribute to our economy when we treat them like they've done something wrong just because they are here? Are we no longer the home of the American dream? I also want you to understand DHS's impact on our entire workforce. I proudly represent over 1,000 dedicated TSA workers who had the right to unionize. But that right has been stripped away by your department. This is an attack on the people who safeguard our skies and whose dedication we rely on now more than ever. And the destruction doesn't stop there. I represent communities that live in constant fear each and every day. Families too terrified to step outside and send their kids to school, go grocery shopping, or take a trip to the doctor because of the harassment of ICE and Homeland Security. This isn't public safety, it's state-sponsored fear. I understand that this administration believes that it is its business to scare people into submission and act alone with no regard for the law to decide who is worthy to live in this country or not. However, it is this committee's business to make sure your department is held accountable and to get the American people the answers they've been looking for. So, with that, Madam Secretary, I have a few yes or no questions. Do you agree that revoking student visas without notice can cause fear and confusion among international students? Yes or no?
Congressman, I do not.
Congresswoman, but yes or no?
Congresswoman, I do not decide legal status or visa programs for
I will
students.
take that
I'll take
that as a yes. Do you support restoring full collective bargaining rights for TSA employees? Yes or no?
Ma'am, currently today TSA does not have the
Yes or
ability
no?
to unionize.
Okay, take that as a no. Do you believe that TSA workers should make a livable wage? Yes or no?
Yes, TSA workers are critically important to
Thank
our
you for
security
that. Are you
systems for our
aware, are you
airlines.
aware that recent student visa revocations occur without due process or proper notification?
Ma'am, I don't make a determination of status.
Yes or
The
no?
Department of State does
I'm guessing
that.
you don't know? Okay. Do you believe that TSA workers have the right to better workplace conditions?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
TSA
great. Thank you for
workers
that.
are incredibly
Do you
important
believe
to
that
our-
students should have an opportunity to appeal before their visas are revoked? Yes or no?
All processes are followed and that are set out as tools.
I'm guessing
and
it's a no. Okay,
processes
one
in
more
this
last question in
Congress.
9 seconds. Do you believe that that revoking collective bargaining rights for TSA workers affects their morale and job performance? Yes or no?
I believe TSA is critically important.
Okay,
in the
I'll take
future
that
and
as,
they have
maybe
been-
you don't know, maybe it's yes or no.
Gentlelady's time has
That
expired. I
that
now recognize
yield.
Mr. Gonzalez for 5 minutes of his.
This wasn't just a critique, it was a blistering indictment. Rep. L. Monica. Mclver walked into that hearing with one mission: to expose the cruelty, chaos, and blatant disregard for human dignity running through Kristi Noem's Department of Homeland Security. From the very start, Mclver made it clear this wouldn't be business as usual. No pleasantries, no soft landings. She laid it out plain and unflinching. Student visas revoked without due process. TSA workers stripped of union rights, U.S. citizens deported, ICE transformed into a weapon of fear instead of a tool of safety. One by one, Mclver confronted Secretary Noem with sharp yes or no questions, forcing her to either answer or dodge. Do visa cancellations create fear and confusion? Noem dodged. Do TSA agents deserve a union? Noem refused to support them. Do international students deserve due process? Noem passed the buck again. Mclver's message was crystal clear. This isn't a string of isolated mistakes. It's a pattern of deliberate cruelty disguised as policy. DHS has shifted from protecting Americans to punishing the vulnerable. The consequences are real. Students who just want to build a future. TSA officers grinding through brutal shifts without protections. Families too scared to take their kids to the doctor. This is not security, Mclver declared. Now, this is state-sponsored fear. This hearing wasn't politics as usual. It was a reckoning. Mclver pulled back the curtain and showed the nation exactly what DHS under Kristi Noem has become: cruel, chaotic, and dangerously unaccountable. This isn't about partisan disagreements. It's about a government agency ignoring the Constitution, intimidating communities, and dismantling worker protections in the name of power. So ask yourself, if they can deport citizens, cancel student visas without notice, and strip workers of their basic rights, who's next? If you believe this matters, don't stay silent. Like this video to stand for the rule of law. Subscribe to The Liberal Lens, turn on notifications, and be first to see every hearing, where we take down every truth that must be told. Drop a comment. If you believe America deserves better than fear-based governance, we're not backing down. We're just getting started. Ask ChatGPT.